Guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Wanted to do a video here on Rex and talk a little bit about the big payday. Yesterday, the platform paid out its first big payday. I think there was over 800, almost $900,000 paid out, give or take. And it was pretty monstrous if you know how these big paydays work. So we'll cover that here in a second. Again, I am not a financial advisor. If you're looking for financial advice, you should seek out a licensed professional. It's important that you do your own research, do your own due diligence. All of these crypto platforms in this space carry some form of risk. So if you're not okay with that, don't even get in. And if you are, only put in risk capital, guys. Okay, funds that you can afford to lose. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. You can see there's 219 days left in the auction. If we go into the app itself, let's go take a look at the auction, what it's looking like today. There's about 3 hours left, and there's already, man, this is crazy. There's $750,000 on day three. Day one, they almost hit $1 million. Matter of fact, let's go down and check it out. You can see here on day one, they did $976,000. Of course, that was pretty expected because, you know, people FOMO in on day one. There was a lot of people waiting on this for months. And they were building anticipation over that week where they were building liquidity. It was a countdown. You know, I pretty much knew it was going to be a pretty big day. Yesterday would have been an amazing day to get in because 448,000. It's still a lot, but it's half of what they did today, the day before. And it looks like it'll be probably half of what they do today because there's already $750,000 in there, and there's still plenty of time. Most people jump in on the last, half hour, 15 minutes. So this will probably, if it doesn't hit $1 million, it'll probably get close to it. I'm probably thinking it might even go more because people are jumping in because of the big payday. And I'll show you here what that is here in a second. But yeah, you can see here, just the pretty crazy stuff here. That being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the price real quick. You can see here that the price has, let me see here if I can find the price, the current price. I think it did like another 100% over the last 24 hours. I want to find the latest one. Payday. Here it is. You can see here, it did another 189% over the last 24 hours. So pretty insane. You can see here just the way it's looking. Had a little bit of a dip right here. Then it started to climb back up. There's another little sell-off here. People are going to lock in profits along the way. That's pretty normal, especially with the price. If people got in over here and it went all the way up here, they're going to lock in profits here. It's a smart thing to do. But then that dip looks like it was bought pretty fast. And now we're sitting at this current price right here. This is what it was last 24 hours. So pretty insane. The liquidity now has jumped. If you look at my last video, I think the liquidity was 800,000 or 900,000. Now it's at 1.7 plus $1 billion. So the project is definitely moving at a really fast pace. So yeah, pretty nuts. Let's take a quick look, guys, at the big payday. Okay, give me 1 second here. Sorry about that. My Telegram never goes off, and as soon as I make a video, it starts going nuts. Okay. So let's take a quick look at the big payday, what that is, if you're not familiar with it, right? Let's just go to the FAQ. Let me see here. All right, so who is eligible for big paydays? Okay, let's take a quick look at that. So it says here, to be eligible for big paydays, you must stake all tokens received from the auction for a minimum of 222 days. Once a wallet claims any liquid tokens, it is forever excluded from all big paydays. You can see if you are eligible for big paydays in your Rex dashboard. So if you get a big payday, it'll show up right on your dashboard. You don't have to worry about, hey, how do I know if I got it? And again, it is random, so it doesn't mean you're automatically going to get it. But you have to be in it to win it, right? So again, you have to stake all the tokens you receive from the auction. and you got to do it for a minimum of 222 days. If you do it for 221 days, 220 days, you're going to be disqualified. You're going to be forever excluded, right? To quote what they're saying here, you're forever excluded from all big paydays. So you definitely don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to take your tokens from the auction that you get, and without pulling them out and then restaking them. Because if you pull them out and make them liquid, you're not going to qualify for the big paydays. You have to just do it straight away from the auction, and put it right in. And I'll show you how to do that here in a second. So how much can I win with big paydays? So with big paydays, this is big right here, guys. You got to make sure you understand how this works. Because you might sit there and say, well, if I put my tokens in and I lock them for 222 days, well, number one, you need to have confidence in the platform, right? If you're, I don't know if this is going to be here in seven months. It's about 222 days, about 7 months. Then you're gonna feel pretty iffy of doing that. So you have to do some research and feel confident in doing that, locking them up for at least 222 days, which is give or take about 7 months. But if you hit a big payday, right? So if you don't hit a big payday, at the end of 7 months, you'll be able to not only get your stake tokens, the amount of REX that you stake, but you're going to get all the dividends on top of that, right? Plus the bonus, the bonuses you get for staking for 222 days. If you do hit a big payday, you're going to get all of what you put in the auction lobby, the BUSD that you put in, all of it, you're going to get in one chunk, right? So you'll break even off of one. If you just have to hit one big payday once, right? If you hit one big payday, you've broken even, and then whatever you get 7 months later, 222 days after the stake is done, that's all profit, right? Now, is there a guarantee that you're going to hit big payday? No, there's no guarantee. But there lies in the gamification of this thing, right? And people are going to be FOMOing in to try to hit big payday, and that's why the lobby goes nuts, right? So anyway, going back here, it says here with big paydays, you have the chance of winning back your full investment from the auctions. Okay, so in other words, let's say you put in $100 today, you put in $100 tomorrow, you put in $100 the next day, $100 the next day, $100 the next day, and let's say you hit big payday. The day you hit big payday, do you get the $100 that you put in that day? No, you get all of it, the 100, you get all $500. I said 105 times, right? Yeah, you get all $500 that you put in. It's cumulative. Whatever you put in, every dime that you put into the auction, you get all of it in one if you hit big payday one time, right? So again, it says here, you have the chance of winning back your full investment from the auctions every day, over and over again. With this mechanism, an address might receive more BUSD than it has ever sent. Again, it's not guaranteed, right? So again, this is just icing on the cake, right? This is where it kind of gets, they're gamifying it. But again, this is where people will want to scratch, that degen itch. They're like, man, I can get one hit. I can hit this in one time. It's like going to Vegas, right? And you're like, man, I can get one big hit. But if you don't hit it, right, it's not the end of the world, because you're still staking it out for 222 days. At the end of 222 days, you get your stake tokens back. It's just like Hex, right? You get the Hex back. You get the Hex that you made on top of it for staking it. Same thing here. You get the Rex back, the Rex on top for staking it. And if the price, is going the way it's going, I'm not going to say it's going to be going on this moon ride, for 7 months. But let's say it goes up and then it kind of plateaus out and it stabilizes a little bit, and the price, the price appreciation is there, that it's now worth more than it was when you got in. You're still kind of winning, right? Does that make sense? So it says here, the payout per day per address is limited by 2 factors. If there are more than 50 addresses eligible, and the payout for a specific address exceeds 2% of the BUSD pool, each payout, let me see it. Each payout will be limited to the 2% of the BUSD pool. If the payout exceeds the BUSD pool, it will be limited to what is left in the BUSD pool. These limitations may lead to payouts less than an address's total BUSD investment amount. The big payday BUSD is not distributed or sent automatically, but must be claimed in the user's dashboard. An address must claim its BUSD from BPD before the 28th day after the end of the daily auctions, so before Rex Day 250. So all in all of that just to say that as long as they have the funds to pay it out, they will pay it out. But again, that's not the point. My point by showing you this is saying, hey, look, with a big payday, you can get all of what you put into the auction in one shot, right? So let me show you here. Let me see where they put that pinned message. Here it is. Okay, so it says here, yesterday, this was yesterday, right? And again, the reason why the lobby's going nuts today is people are like, man, I want to hit a big payday, right? Now, not everybody's going to hit it. It's random, right? So again, I don't want you to think, oh, if I get in, I'm going to hit it. But you got to be in it to win it. You can't hit it if you're not in, right? But yesterday there was 1,288 winners. Total BUSD that was won was $888,000. Okay, so almost $900,000. Almost, I'm rounding up obviously, but almost $1 million was paid out in yesterday's big payday, and they do this every day, right? So yeah, pretty awesome. Congratulations to these 1,288 people. Now, again, the way you qualify or throw your name in the hat is you have to take all your auction recs and stake it for at least 222 days. But probably better to do 223 days just to be safe. And you can't take any of it liquid, right? The minute you take it liquid or you stake for under 222 days, it disqualifies you from hitting big payday moving forward, right? You're forever excluded. That's what they said, right? So that's pretty awesome. That's pretty big, right? Again, I don't know, it may not be your cup of tea, but there are people that are hitting this. There are a bunch of people that are hitting big payday. So let's take a look at this right here. There's about 3 hours left. Let's refresh this. Let's see if the number in the auction went up. 740,000. Yeah, 743,000, right? So look, yesterday I put in $100. I used a referral link, so I got a 10% bonus, right? So if I go to my dashboard, okay, so this Rex, right? This Rex here, I can claim it as a stake. That's what I want to do. I don't want to do a liquid. You never want to touch this, otherwise you're going to be disqualified from big payday. And then what I'll do is I'll automatically stake it, right? Because I'm going to claim it as a stake. I'm going to do 223 days just to be safe, right? Because it's 222 days, so you qualify. But I'll do an extra day, 223 days, right? So I'll claim that as a stake, right? And then I'm essentially eligible for big payday. Doesn't mean I'm going to hit it, right? Doesn't mean I'm going to hit it. But if I don't do it, then I'm definitely not going to hit it, right? Right, so this will go in right here, and then I'll go into the auction lobby, okay? So again, it only works with auction with recs you get in the auction. If you get any like recs through referrals, or if you are airdrop recs, it's not gonna, those recs tokens aren't eligible to get big payday. So you can stake those for however short you want, right? Like the recs that I got from the airdrop, I staked it for 30 days, right? Because I don't need to stake that for 222 days, because those recs tokens, even though the price is still going up, I'm still gonna get a price appreciation, but those are not eligible for big payday, okay? So I staked those for 30 days. I'm gonna go into the auction right quick. Let me see here, boom, auction. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm gonna put $10,000 in here. 10,000. Okay. So if I hit big payday, and again, I don't have to hit it today. I might hit it tomorrow, the next day, next week. I don't know. But whatever, if I hit big payday at any point, I'll get not only the $10,000 back, but any other money that I'm putting into the auction, because I'm, dollar cost average again a little bit, plus this $10,000 lump sum. I'm gonna get it in one big payday amount, and it'll show up on my dashboard. Okay. So again, it's just a way to kind of gamify it. Excluding this big payday, it's still a pretty solid platform if you believe in, building a long-term income with ladder stakes down the road. Because again, I think this is a long-term play. This isn't something where you get in, get out in, in 5 days or 10 days. This is something that's probably gonna, you're gonna build this out for a while, just like Hex, right? Like Hex has been out for years. I'm still, collecting from Hex. I still have stakes. I have over several different wallets. I have a bunch of stakes. Matter of fact, I have a stake that's maturing in the next, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, I think. Let me show you here. Not that, you know, let me switch over to Ethereum real quick and show you. Okay. So this is Hex, obviously, right? Obviously, Rex is on Binance Smart Chain, but this is the original Hex. Just to show you that we've been collecting on this for a while. This is just one wallet that I have that has stakes. I have many wallets, right? But this one right here, this one is actually in 3 days, right? It's day 945 right here. This ends on day 948. So in 3 days, I'll be able to collect on this $26,000. Of course, the price of Rex is way down, but my point is I'm still collecting on this. Now I can go back and restate this. I can sell some of it, whatever, right? But this is a long-term deal. This was like a year stake, I think. I staked this out for a year, and I staked it on day 583. So Hex was already around for almost 2 years when I did this stake, and staked it out for about a year, give or take. And I didn't do the math, but you can see we're still collecting, right? So my point being is that, is this gonna be the same with Rex? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if this can withstand the test of time. But if it doesn't, and I hit one big payday, then I got all my money back, right? I'm essentially risk-free. So anyway, that being said, guys, if you want to check this out, I'll leave a link down below. Always use the links so you get a 10% bonus on the inside in the auction lobby. And then make sure you stake out, if you want to qualify for big payday, make sure you stake out for longer than 222 days, okay? And always stake it straight away. That way you never get it liquid, because again, you will be excluded forever, okay? You will be forever excluded right here from all big paydays moving forward. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. We'll see where the lobby ends up today. I'm betting it's going to be over $1 million, but we'll see. Anyway, follow me on Telegram, subscribe to the channel. That way you'll get notified straight away whenever I do a brand new video. And I will catch you on the next update. Peace.